headlines that we have for today, and we'll just go through quickly, and then we'll continue with the show. Now, on the front page of the Daily Graphic, we have SHS food suppliers demand payment. Ministry of Finance Ministry arranges to settle 275 million Ghana cedis of arrears. Ministry of Finance, why would you wait until you're owing 275 million? Okay, I don't get it, but hey. Task force to enforce ban on noise making. And here's a photo of the regional minister there. A Greek backbone of Thanos South. And JUSAC strike halts justice delivery. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
And on the Finder, we have ECOWAS heads of immigration services deliberate on implementation of ECO Visa. Details of 3-year IMF program. BOG to exit gold for oil policy and reverse 20% gold surrender policy. NPP opens flag bearer nomination today. And lastly, RTI compliance to be included in performance agreement of head of public institutions.
Fantastic. We have the headlines here on the front page of the Chronicle. It says, upon Nkrumah demands inclusion of RTI in performance agreements with the heads of public institutions. I agree 120%. Accra Commando warns miscreants who attack churches during ban on noise making. Yes, the warning is in the right direction, I believe. I'm not involved in any scandalous deal at GMPC, says Freddie Blay. And the scripture for today is Matthew 26, verse 34. Jesus said to him, truly I say to you, this very night, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
All right. So on the Republic Press, we have Pesa White in hot soup for allegedly insulting Supreme Court judges. Suppliers for school feeding bare teeth at government over indebtedness. 23-year-old married man arrested for allegedly sleeping with goat. Married, but sleeping with a goat. Interesting. Cuts shut down as JUSAC carries out threat. Brouhaha over Petro SA deal. Freddie Blay fights CSOS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the Daily Guide here, and it says TikTok couple arrested for killing son. I have no intention to divest GMPC stake, Freddie Blay speaking. Doche now acting CJ as judicial staff strike. MBB press nominees to pay 50,000 Ghana cedis. And Nana pushes for more inter-African trade. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Daily Guide.
So on the Herald, Gertrude Tokunu appears for vetting today as new Chief Justice. Aka Energy sells its $1.6 billion Ghana oil field for $1. 2 years after bribing CSOs, journalists and politicians to okay inflated deal. Blade dances around in bad corporate governance issues at GNPC, threaten legal action. Government slaps foreign universities with 21.90% tax. Ghanaian students bear brunt.
The new weekend crusading guide has these headlines. It says here, Supreme Court summons NDC's Pesa White. And Professor Pesa White has been dragged to the court to come and answer questions. But yesterday, he quickly released an apology statement. So, interesting few days ahead. We'll see what happens. NACA recalls textbook portraying religion as gateway to poverty. Okay, that story, I'm going to read that story to you from citynewsroom.com. Okay, you will see what the details in the story there. Says she has no chief, this is coming from the Council of Elders. Choose Zanetta Rawlings as your running mate, NDC guru advocates. Freddie Blay strikes over GMPC Petro SA debacle threatens court action, says shares of company not pack of cigarettes anyone can pocket and vend by the street. Ekufuado's clarion call on African leaders, let's support AFCFTA boldly.
All right, so on the Inquisitor, we have GMPC Petro SA deal, blaze sweats. Kumewu by-election, JFK passes first test with other national executives. Commentary, Samuel Wuku wins Best Public Sector CEO is no news. Alex Dade, KGL Sweep Awards, and that's what we have here for the Inquisitor.
All right, I have the ABC News. And race to lead MPP nomination opens today. Ready, get set, go. All right, this is the headline there. It says here, Greater Accra NDC chairman accused of pocketing Mohammed's cash for delegates. Okay. MPP's presidential primaries, aspiring candidates must keep their supporters in check. And Supreme Court summons Pesa White over stupid court, in quote, comment. Okay? Yeah.
So my last paper here being the Informer, Pesa White cries before Supreme Court. In this issue, Tour Operators Union End Conference, Petro SA deal, Freddie Blade dares Akufo-Addo. Sack me if you can, the law will talk. Building cybersecurity defense, FICSOC complements internal system. Bawumia tells financial institution. Court rejects free we law. And that's what we have here for the Informer.
Wait, the headline there says what?
Which one?
Sack me if you can.
Yeah, sack me if you can. The law will talk.
Okay, so the appointee is now saying to the appointer,
try it.
Sack me if you can.
Try it and see.
Wow. BNFT, that's my final paper here. It says BOJ to reverse FX control measures. We have a Greek SCO's call for PFJ audit. Review 40-year GMPC law, PIAC advocates. We have IFC underscores importance of quality healthcare to economic growth. And Lesheho Partners GCX to provide funding for farmers. And finally, Aket sells Pecan Field in $1 upfront payment after failing to get $1.3 billion from GMPC.
Okay, so
$1. Wow.
All right, so let's get into citynewsroom.com, and I'm going to read some headlines before quickly you read the story. Yeah, NPP's flag bearership race. Nomination open today. Chief Justice nominee Gertrude Tokunu to face Appointments Committee today. Judicial Service appeals to JUSEC to call off strike. And, of course, we have here, okay. The headline is not complete. Okay, quick. I think you wanted to read the story.
Yes,
I think
let me go ahead and read the story here. It says, NACA orders withdrawal of controversial history textbook indicting Christianity. Now, if you scroll up a little bit, you will notice that there's a screenshot of a snapshot of part of the, the text. This is creating the problem. Let me just go ahead and read the story, and then if we have to, we'll come back and look at the photo there. The National Council for Curriculum and Assessment has demanded the immediate recall of the textbook titled History of Ghana for Basic Schools, Basic School Learners, Book 4, published by Excellence Publications. NACA has clarified that the content in the published book does not accurately reflect the approved curriculum. Parts of the circulating textbook falsely state that Christianity is responsible for poverty and that religion has incited physical conflicts in Ghana and worldwide. Now, the textbook also claims that religion makes people lackadaisical in their attitude towards finding practical ways to improve their undesirable living conditions. In response, NACA has written to Excellence Publications, urging them to promptly withdraw all copies of the textbook from the market And the attention of, and I quote, the attention of the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NACA, has been drawn to a publication making the rounds in the media about the content of a textbook, History of Ghana for Basic School Learners, Book 4, published by Excellence Publications. The said publication from Excellence series was taken through the standard protocols established under the approved process of the Council and therefore comes to us as a surprise. This is because the content as published by the media is not a true reflection of what NACA approved. The Council wishes to state that the material in question is not an approved content material by NACA. The Council urges the general public to continue to bring it to its notice any suspicious material in the market that may be deemed to have emanated from NACA. NACA will not hesitate to sanction publishers who publish materials without recourse to the established protocols of the Council. We urge the public not to hesitate to contact our outfit for information on the right content and materials for use in our pre-tertiary schools.
Well,
I don't know what you make of this. You see, go ahead.
Right. For me, then they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do because I have actually seen one of the problematic books, not even this one, another one that was used in my son's school. It was actually used in his class. That was like 2 years ago, where in the textbook they says little girls are not supposed to wear short clothes or else they will be, abused by boys.
Yeah.
That's not what you teach children. Yeah.
So no. So
instead, it should be like
no. So what it is, and this is what NACA is saying. When you come across such because the textbooks are voluminous, and there are several hundreds of textbooks.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody sneaks in text after they've sent what should be approved, and they've received their approval signature, right? They can always sneak in text that they want to sneak in. Do you understand? So if we come across, as the public, any material that seems problematic, we need to take note of it and bring it to their attention that, look, we came across this. Did you guys approve this? Now, if they say they approved it, then we take NACA on. If they didn't approve it, then it's their responsibility to call the publishers to book. Yeah, but I mean, I think that the suggestion that Christianity and religion, is responsible. There are two different statements here. One says Christianity
has led an increased poverty. Has led to an increased poverty.
Is fantastic. It says Christianity is responsible for the poverty, and that religion has incited physical conflicts in Ghana and worldwide. And then it also goes to say that religion makes people lackadaisical in their attitude towards finding practical ways to improve their desirable living conditions.
So you can actually read it from the...
Yes, the screenshot is there. So you can see all the things that are in there. And of course, I'm not sure it's showing everything. So I'm sure there's more in the textbook that you. There's
definitely more. There is always more.
Yeah, but I don't know what you guys think of this. As if you're watching, what do you think of this statement? I mean, I personally, I would argue harshly and strongly against this statement in the book. Why? Because number one, many of the schools of excellence that we've come to know, let's name them. Let's name a few. Schools of excellence that we've come to know. Let's talk about Wesley Girls. Let's talk about Infansipim. Let's talk about Presec. All these are schools that were set up as missionary schools.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. I get where you're going.
Even when you go to a place like, let's say, T.I. Ahmadiyya, it's one of the best schools in the Ashanti region, right? A religious school. So ask this question again, that if you are saying what you're saying here is contrary to the practice we've actually seen and known. Unless somebody is trying to push an agenda. You know. And so NACA, I believe, has made a right call. All those books need to be withdrawn, and the publishers need to be taken on, you know. Because again, if NACA says they didn't approve this material, then there's an issue here. You know, and a strong message needs to be sent to publishers that you will not get away with it if NACA doesn't approve your material. You know, which for me is the bigger thing. Because you see, there's an overarching body that takes, you know, the preeminence to say, this is what we are approving. And we are depending on them to do their work thoroughly. You know, so if they found that Excellence Publications has published this and it's in circulation, then NACA needs to do what they need to do and make sure that such material is not. And even what you said, you know, we need to teach our children responsibility. The fact that somebody has a haircut that you don't like.
Thank you.
Right? A haircut that you don't like doesn't mean you have the right, because you don't like it, to attack the person or to insult the person. That's irresponsibility. And we need to teach our children that we are 7-point-something billion people on the planet. It's diversity. Okay, and the expression of diversity is allowed within civilized societies. We need to teach our children that. The fact that you don't look like me doesn't mean you get to sit back and laugh at me, mock me, ridicule me. In the same vein, when a lady wears something that you don't find appropriate, the sensible thing to do, the wise thing to do, if you must, is to draw the attention of someone who is her friend to say, hey, I think this thing is, you know, maybe not be appropriate. Or maybe to the person, if you have that kind of relationship with them, to say, I'm not so sure about, you know, this thing, and then explain your reasons and walk away from it.
And most
it's
important,
the person's choice.
And most importantly, keep your hands to yourself.
Yes. No, I mean, as for that one, it goes without saying, because you see, again, people feel as though if you're wearing something that I deem inappropriate, it gives me the right to put my hands on you. Nonsense. Absolute rubbish. It's unacceptable. You can't do that.